right. Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for coming on tonight to the Georgia Prison Watch podcast. I am a little late, but tonight it is not my fault. So there were some technical difficulties actually opening up and loading up the 911 calls from Smith State Prison that we're going to play, excuse me, in just a few moments. So that was the problem of the delay. I was ready at 7:30, and when I tried to finish uploading the calls from September, this platform just went kind of left field. So I apologize for being late. Um, we're always late around here anyway, so everybody should be used to that by now. But anyway, um, jump straight into it tonight. I don't have any notes, so I'm going to be just um, piggybacking off of my thoughts that I've been collecting uh, for throughout most of the day today about this situation that we have going on at Smith State Prison. Yes. So I mean, if you listen to us on a regular basis, then you know that we're never on time. But we're here now, so we're going to talk about it. So listen, this gentleman that we have on the screen right here um, is the warden, the current warden at Smith State Prison. His name is Jacob Beasley. He has been the warden at Smith State Prison since March the 1st. I'm sorry, March the 2nd. March the 2nd of 2023, he took over for what what I've called uh, on this podcast and at the Human and Civil Rights Coalition of Georgia, what I've called him. He took over for Kingpin Adams. Now, Kingpin Adams was the previous warden at Smith State Prison who was dealing drugs and dealing phones and dealing dope, and has actually been charged with RICO violations and is awaiting trial. So I guess I should say allegedly, because he hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. Um, but in the next probably year or so, Kingpin Adams will probably be um, in a Georgia prison somewhere, probably at the Long Unit, and he'll be able to, I guess, sell his drugs and do all that stuff wherever he's going to be housed at. But anyway, so getting back to Jacob Beasley actually took over for Kingpin Adams on March the 2nd of 2023. The second his first day, I'm sorry, his second day on the job, he had a murder at Smith State Prison. And ever since he has taken over Smith State Prison, it has been utter and complete chaos. It's been a complete uptick in violence. It's been murders, it's been deaths. We alluded to on our last podcast, or a couple podcasts ago, there was actually a body found in a mat at Smith State Prison that had been in the mat for 5 days, stuffed inside of a mat for 5 days. Come to find out, there had not been an officer um, to go into the pod in at least 9 days. So now we fast forward to October of 2023, and here about 3 months ago, we started pulling 911 phone calls from Smith State Prison because we had an understanding and had been hearing that there had been a lot of life flights and a lot of violence continuing, um, just completely off the chain, as they would say at Smith State Prison. So we started getting the 911 calls, I want to say back in either um, May or June. Um, and we started to hear in the 911 calls what exactly was going on inside of Smith State Prison. Um, it's been a complete and utter chaos. And then we have um, October the 1st, which I kind of believe led up to September led up to October the 1st. And we saw on October the 1st where a corrections guard was actually killed at Smith State Prison. So, to add context to the September and to the October calls, well, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Let me back up. To add context to the October 1st murder of Deputy or Officer Robert Clark at Smith State Prison, you have to go back and you have to listen to the 911 calls from September to kind of give you an idea on how much of a madhouse the place was in September. Now, what we did do yesterday, we actually released a couple of the 911 calls from September, and you will hear those calls in the calls that we're about to play for you. But there was a total of 28 calls in September. Uh, those calls were completely horrific. They were absolutely ridiculous. Some of them were funny, I will admit. We made a joke yesterday uh, when the lady asked in one of the 911 calls, and if you haven't heard it, you'll hear it in just a second. But one of the 911 dispatchers actually asked her, and it was my impression that she was shocked as can be that that inmates were on top of the building. I mean, her silence kind of told it all on what she was hearing on the other end of the phone. So, like I said, the whole month of September was a complete and utter madhouse. I think September was the worstest month in the calendar year of 2023 at Smith State Prison. And how Jacob Beasley, and let me say this. I promise you guys, I'm about to play the calls. I know you guys are here for the calls. Our numbers are pretty high right now. So, but let me say this. So, I don't understand how an individual can keep his job when you listen to these 911 calls, or if you have been listening to previous months' 911 calls. I don't understand how an individual can keep his job, especially after inmates were on top of a building. He's in charge of that entire facility. Obviously, the question is how they got on top of the building. There is major security breaches, security risks going on at Smith State Prison, and how this man continues to keep a job month after month after month. When we hear these 911 calls and we see the videos and we see um, just the utter chaos coming out of that place every single month, how he keeps a job is beyond me, and it's beyond, I think, anybody that has any sense and can think about how this man keeps a job, and all of this stuff is going on at Smith. It's utter chaos. But like I said, um, I want to play these 911 calls. There is, as I said, 28 911 calls. We tried to enhance the volume on a few of them, but I want you guys to stay here and I want you to listen to these 911 calls because they're important and they give a very, very good context of what has actually taken place at Smith State Prison in the month of September. As I said, I believe it was the most violent month in the calendar year of 2023, and probably the most violent since he's taken over as warden on March the 2nd of 2023. So I want to play these 911 calls. Do me a favor, like this, share this. This is called transparency. Someone can call or text Governor Kemp's chief of staff. His number's on the phone. Tell him to listen in so they can hear these 911 calls and hear the utter chaos and the other foolery going on at Smith State Prison because it doesn't get any worse than this. And at this point, Jacob Beasley has continued to use a pattern of locking them down for 3 and 4 days, not giving them showers. It's just horrific on what's going on at Smith State Prison. We've seen videos where they're padlocking the doors, where they're not running showers for 3 and 4 days. So if you don't have help, you need to call in help from other places. And they are uh, openly and freely violating every person's right that's in that facility right now. And it's all because of the man that you see on the screen. So we're going to play these 911 calls. I want you guys to listen really, really closely to them. As I said, we've enhanced the volume, so hopefully everyone can hear them. But you got to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention tonight, and just listen to the foolishness that's going on there. And then after that, we'll come back and we'll talk about it. As I said, share this, share this, share this. Hit that like button. This is transparency, and we need everybody to see and hear the dire need that these people that's incarcerated at Smith State Prison are going through right now, and they need our help. And it starts with um, getting rid of this guy that's on the screen right now because he has proved that he cannot run um, that prison. So, without further ado, hopefully we don't have any glitches. But let's go ahead and let's get these 911 calls going.
Cat on 911.
Hey, this is Nurse Shulman from Smith State Prison. I have a 37-year-old black male with altered mental status whom we need transported to the hospital for evaluation.
Okay, 37-year-old male with altered mental status.
Yes, he does have bleeding from the right ear. He's very combative. Hard to fully assess due to the combativeness.
Okay, and he's located in medical.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name?
Yeoman.
Okay. All right, we'll get him on the way. Okay.
Thank you.
Cat on 911.
Hi, yes, this is Sergeant Ray Hobbs, Smith State Prison. I was wondering if you'd be able to send somebody out. We got a set of keys locked in a van.
Yes, ma'am. Is it one of the state vans?
Yes, ma'am. It's one of our transfer vans.
Is it in the front parking lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll get him out there. It's going to be a few minutes because he's out on a call, but when he clears up, we'll get him out there.
That's fine.
Cat on 911.
Hey, this is Nurse Shulman from Smith State Prison.
We need an ambulance.
Okay, what's going on?
We have a 31-year-old male with a stab wound to his left arm. The PA believes it might be arterial.
Okay, is he conscious and alert that you know of?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is he going to be the only patient?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is he located in medical?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll get him out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Zone 10, P, Zone 10.
Cat on 911.
Oh, yes, ma'am. This is Officer Lewis at Smith State Prison. We're going to need EMS. We got a white male that's unresponsive. They found passed out in the building probably like maybe 5 minutes ago.
Okay, how old is he?
He's born in 1959.
Is he located in medical?
Chest compressions at the moment.
Okay. Is he located in medical?
They're bringing him up now on the stretcher.
So he's not breathing, but they're performing CPR?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll get him on the way.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Title 911.
Hi, this is Nurse Mitchell at Smith State Prison. I need an EMS for a 34-year-old patient. The provider wants him to go to the hospital to rule out a perforated esophagus. He's in medical.
Rule out a perforated esophagus?
Yes.
What's your name again?
Mitchell.
All right. We'll let him know. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Title 911.
Hi, this is Officer Pearson at Smith State Prison.
Yes, ma'am.
I was calling because we just had a drone drop on top of D building's roof.
Okay. What way did it come from?
Toward the front, like right over the front of the prison.
Title 911.
Yeah, this is Nurse Carter at Smith State Prison.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a patient transported to the ER for rule out of appendicitis.
All right. How old is he?
How old is he again? I think 39. Let me make sure. I was trying to get away from him. Prather, what's your age?
Just put male out there right now.
Huh?
You heard me, Mike? Just
Anything
say a
else?
male
I'm sorry,
patient.
it was loud in there.
No, ma'am. He's 39?
41.
41.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is he in medical?
He is, yes, ma'am.
All righty. We'll get somebody there.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Title 911.
Hi, this is Tampa Max from Smith State Prison. How you doing this morning?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, we need an ambulance to Smith State Prisons. We have a 59-year-old male with complaints of chest pain, and they want to send him to Evans to rule out cardiac abnormal EKG.
Okay, and is he in medical?
Yes, he is.
All right, we'll get somebody down there.
All right, thank you so much, okay?
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Title 911.
Hi, this is Officer Pearson over at Smith State Prison. I was giving you guys a call because we just had a drone drop come over the prison.
Okay.
It came in and went back out through the front.
Title 911.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to dismiss a good call from Smith State Prison. I'm going to need to see if we can get an ambulance out here. We have a 39-year-old white male who fell off the top bunk, has a laceration to the back of his head. His fats at first were 79. He took a couple of deep breaths, went up to 83, and then up to 97. But he's been complaining that he's been having shortness of breath, and when I actually touched the wound, he almost passed out. So.
Okay, and is he located in medical?
He is, ma'am.
All right, we'll get somebody down there.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll go ahead and get somebody en route.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh. All right. Have you guys seen anybody?
There was a all black car parked out right in front of the bridge before you get to the prison. And then we also had some inmates running behind one of the buildings.
Title 911.
Hi, this is Officer Pearson over at Smith State Prison. I was
Yes,
calling
ma'am.
because we may have a possible throwover.
Title 911.
Hi, this is Officer Pearson over at Smith State Prison.
Yes, ma'am.
I was calling to see if you guys would be able to send out 2 EMS over to the prison.
Give me 1 sec. I'm going to have to take them as 2 separate calls. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get the first one from you, get them toned out, and then I will get the next one out to you. How old is the first one?
Okay, how old the first one is, okay, let me do this, born in 2000, so 23.
Okay, what's going on with him?
The same thing with both of them, multiple puncture wounds, stab wounds.
All right, and where are they located? All over their body?
Be honest with you, I'm not sure. I know one of them has stab wounds in the chest and in the head, and then the other is just on the body. I couldn't tell you which one is which.
All right, not a problem. Mike, go ahead and tone Station 2 out. How old is the second one?
The other one is 97, so 26.
Okay. Where are they located?
The guys?
Yeah.
Well, they're taking them to the back of medical now.
Cardinal 911.
Yes, this is Nurse Smith from Smith State Prison. I'm calling. I need EMS to come for a patient. Kemet Preston. He's having an anaphylactic reaction. His vital signs are 97. His temp is 97. His heart rate was 142, 22, and 150 over 89.
How old is he?
He is, hold on, I just had that. He's 45 years old.
Okay, is he in medical?
Yes, ma'am, he's in medical.
Okay. What is he having an allergic reaction to?
Some kind of bug spray or something that they sprayed outside.
Okay. And you say he was 32?
45.
45. Okay, we're going to get him
All
out
right,
there, okay?
You.
Bye-bye.
Chatting on 911.
Hi, this is Officer Pearson at Smith State Prison. I was calling to advise you guys that we had a drone drop just come over the prison.
All right. Did you see which way it went?
It went to the back. It went to K building. The drop did. The drone came from the back of the prison, kind of like the training center.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Appreciate it.
Chatting on 911.
Hi, yes, we would need EMS at the Smith State Prison.
Okay, what's going on?
We have approximately, I think, a 26-year-old male. They said he hung, possible hanging. He was found hanging, actually. They said, and he is unresponsive at the moment.
Is he breathing?
No, ma'am. They said unresponsive. I didn't get more information because I'm just told to call 911. So, is he breathing, y'all? Yes, he is.
Okay, and is he located in medical?
I'm sorry.
Is he located in medical?
Yes, he is. He is. They just brought him to medical.
Okay, and what was your name?
I'm sorry. My name is Nurse Mac.
All right, we'll get somebody out there.
Thank you so much, okay?
You're welcome. Chatting on 911.
Yes, ma'am. This is Officer Lewis at Smith State Prison.
Mm-hmm.
I need an EMS, possibly two. Got multiple stab wound offenders in the building. They brought them up here to intake at the moment. One, I know for sure, is not conscious.
Okay, do you know how many patients you have?
They brought 3 up here. 2 walked up here. The other one, they carried them up here.
So you said one is unconscious?
Yeah, they look like they literally had to carry them up here.
Okay, do you have their ages?
I do not. They didn't even give me their information. All I know is they're black males.
Okay, and all located in intake?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll get them on the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cardinal 911.
Hey, this is Cornish at Smith State Prison. I'm trying to see if we can get an ambulance here for a 31-year-old male. He has 2 deep punctures to his left side of his back, and a puncture to the right side of his, and a laceration to the back of his head. He's alert and conscious. Vitals are stable at the moment. He is complaining of shortness of breath and chest pain though at the moment.
Okay. He in medical?
Yes, he is.
Okay. We're going to get him. What was your name again?
Cornish?
Cornish.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll get him down those. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Title 911.
Yes, ma'am. This is Officer Lewis over at Smith State Prison. The offender has been burnt by, we don't know by what. His skin is coming off his arm and his facial area.
How old is he?
Born in 92, black male.
You said the face and the arms?
Yes, ma'am.
Located in medical?
Yes, he's in back of intake.
Okay, he's in intake?
Yes.
All right, we'll get somebody on the way.
Thank you, ma'am.
All
right.
Tab number 1.
Yes, my name is Deputy Warden Warren. I work at Smith State Prison. I have a person I need y'all to come pick up. She brought contraband to the facility.
The female?
Yes.
Okay. We'll send them down now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tab number 1.
Hey, this is Susan Morgan. Could you tell me what officer's on duty in the city of Glenville today?
Just the female.
Okay, is there any way you could have her come to 213 Gordon Street?
It's going to be a few minutes. She got a call.
That's fine. That's fine.
What's going on?
Well, I have a 39-year-old son that lives with me, and I'm here with him by myself. He's being aggressive. He's slamming things. He's throwing stuff at me, and I need somebody to come right here and see if they can't handle him.
Okay, you say he worked with you or live with you?
He lives with me.
Okay. And your phone number is 455-5742?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's throwing stuff at you?
Yeah, he's threw stuff at me today.
Okay.
He's called me all kind of filthy names.
Okay, Miss Susan.
Ma'am.
Okay, Miss Susan.
Go ahead. You hear him? You hear him?
Yes, ma'am, I hear him.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Tab number 1.
Yes, my name is Deputy Warden Warren at Smith State Prison. I would need a ambulance to come to Smith State Prison to do a pass search, please.
Do you need an ambulance or
No,
do you
I need a police officer or a sheriff.
Okay, to do what now?
To do a search of a visitor. She's refusing to let us search.
The female.
Did you hear me?
Yes. What's your name again?
Deputy Warden Warren, W-A-R-R-E-N.
And the phone number you calling from?
912-654-5124.
And she's inside the building?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll send someone out there.
Thank you.
Tab number 1.
Yes, ma'am. We need EMS at Smith State Prison.
Okay, what's going on?
We have an offender that needs assistance.
I mean, what kind of assistance do he need?
I believe they had a 10-10 going on.
Okay.
And I believe he's probably badly hurting and needs EMS to come pick him up to take him to the hospital.
Okay, what's your name?
LaShawna Moore. Well, Officer Moore.
How old is he?
I don't have his information. They just informed me to call 911.
Do you know if he's in medical yet?
He hasn't made it in medical yet. They was in the dorm to ask for me to call.
They're gonna need to bring him to medical.
They're taking him up to medical now, ma'am. They got a stretcher there when they got him, and they're taking him up to medical now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
we get him down there. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Title 911.
Hi, this is Nurse Mitchell at Smith State Prison. We need an EMS for a patient here who has cut himself on both wrists.
Okay, how old is he?
He is 42.
And is he alert and conscious?
Yes.
And is he in medical?
Yes.
All right, we'll get somebody down there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss A, Prison Officer Lewis speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, this is Chatting on 911.
Yes.
We just got a call from one of the inmates in the E2 building.
Yes, ma'am.
He said that some inmates were getting stabbed.
Yes, I was just about to call you. We're going to need an EMS. I have one has a stab wound on his neck. She said it's pretty deep. They both are walking, so they're alert. They walked them up here to medical. And then I have one with two on his, like, top back near shoulder area. They just walked them both up here to intake area.
Okay, they'll be in intake. Do you know
Yes,
how old they
they're
are?
already in there now, huh?
How old are they?
Hold on, I'm pulling up their name. The one named Tab is born in 1993. This is about, what, 27, 28?
Is he the one with the stab wound on the neck or the shoulder?
He's the one with the back, two on the back. And then
Okay.
I'm trying to find the other guy. Hold on. It is Coleman. Coleman is born in 1991. He's
Okay.
the one on his neck.
All right, we'll get him over there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Chatting on 911.
Hi, this is Officer Pearson at Smith State Prison. I was calling to let you guys know that we have a drone right now over the wooded area, over.
Chattanooga County 911.
Yes, this Smith State Prison, we got one stabbed, and how old are you? 35-year-old, white male.
Where's he stabbed at?
We're trying to find out. We just got him up here. We just know it's bad. But
All right.
do you know where he stabbed at yet? We're trying to find it. There's just a lot of blood.
All right.
We just know you don't need to go.
All right, but he's the one that just talked to you. He's conscious.
Yes, he's conscious right this minute.
And he's located in medical.
Huh?
He's located in medical now.
Yes, yes.
All right. If you can, just call me back when y'all get an update. We'll get him on the way.
I sure will.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Chatting on 911.
Ma'am, this is Officer Lewis at Smith. We had some inmates getting some packages over behind, let me see. We're right behind the tower going down that road where the firehouse is. Just looked at them at the camera, and they grabbed something, flew over the fence. Lord. Ma'am, it's right on the corner where the tower is. They might be laying down. Keep a visual.
Okay, so they're on the fire station side of the prison?
Well, if you go where the fire station is and come down that little driveway, they're, I just seen them climbing the fence because it made my alarm go off.
They're climbing the fence?
Yeah, they just got down off the fence just now. He grabbed the package. If you like going towards the back, towards the warehouse area.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So they collected the package?
Yeah, I just seen like something big fly over, like they tried to throw it over. You said they're on the roof of what building, ma'am? They're on top of Echo 2.
The inmates are on top of the building?
Say it again, ma'am.
They're on top of the building?
Yeah, she just seen the P vehicle is seeing them climbing back down off the roof. So he done made it back over the fence.
Okay, we let them know.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Chatting on 911.
Yes, this is Smith State Prison. We have a inmate here that's been stabbed in his arm, and he needs to go out. He's a black male. How old are you? 35-year-old. And his left arm, you can see muscle. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
Angela, Nurse Thomason.
All right, ma'am. We'll get somebody down there.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
So that was the chaos at Smith State Prison for September of 2023. I mean, I'm lost for words. I mean, I'm completely lost for words. The Tattnall County really wants Smith State Prison in that county. I mean, they get more calls from Smith State Prison than they do their residents in the county. I mean, it is a complete and utter slaughterhouse. It is a complete nightmare. It's ridiculous. 28 calls. 28 calls in September to 911. And then what struck me is listening to when I was listening to these 911 calls is a lot of this stuff was taking place behind the fences. What are you calling Tattnall 911 for to help you run your prison on the inside of the fences? And then you get people get mad. People really get mad when you say shut it down. If you cannot handle the population that you have, then shut it down. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me that you're spending resources by calling 911 to have them come and take care of your mess that you can't handle. And it all comes from a failure in leadership in the man that's on your screen. He cannot handle Smith State Prison. He should have been fired the first 911 call. When Officer Lewis called 911 about a package and that inmates were running around then trying to get packages. I mean, and then if you continue to listen to the 911 calls, if you continue to listen to them, these people actually climbed over the fence, got the package, and came back over the fence. I mean, it is a revolving door. It is something every single day. And, and then, I'm sitting here reading some of your comments and I'm just, I'm reading and I'm agreeing with you. I mean, they can't count. You have no information. You want to bug 911 every hour, and then you have no information to provide to them to get help. I mean, the lack of training it's horrendous. The lack of training or the lack thereof of training. And then you have all of this stuff going down. I mean, the guy was stabbed so bad that in that last 911 call, the guy was stabbed so bad that the nurse actually said that she saw his muscle in his arm. And then you want to continue, and then you have no information readily available to 911, and then you want to get an attitude because they're asking you to do your job, the information that you should have. You get an attitude with the 911 people for her doing her job. So these 911 calls they are what they are. People always say, well, when we post stuff that that's not true or this is not true. Well, I mean, the 911 calls speak for themselves. Smith State Prison, under the direction of Jacob Beasley, is an absolute slaughterhouse. And he's been there since March the 2nd, and every day it's been stuff like this every single day. And so I have Trey Kilpatrick's phone number, who is the chief of staff to Governor Brian Kemp. And from my understanding, he's been very responding when people reach out to him about situations that's going on in these prisons. Now, I don't know that to be 100% fact, but I have heard that he has been responding to people when they contact him regarding issues in the Georgia prisons. Jacob Beasley has to go. It has become life and death. Jacob Beasley now has blood on his hands since he's been at Smith State Prison. He is the top guy at Smith State Prison. Everything goes through him. How does a warden keep their job when inmates are on top of buildings? How does a warden keep his job when inmates are climbing fences, going over the fences, and getting contraband? How is Jacob Beasley keeping his job when there is multiple stabbings on a daily basis? How is Jacob Beasley keeping his job? That's the question that we have got to ask Trey Kilpatrick. Because Tyrone Oliver doesn't want to make the call and fire this guy. I mean, he must have some mad sex tapes or something on Tyrone Oliver for Tyrone Oliver not to step in and fire this guy months ago. I mean, it's I don't know, and you know, and to take it a step further, Jacob Beasley had no experience as a warden, as a head warden. I think he was a deputy warden, but he had no experience of a warden going into Smith State Prison. I think he was interim warden for a couple of weeks before he went there. But, you know, the final straw should have been with Jacob Beasley is when a man was dead inside of a mat for 5 days inside of a cell before anybody discovered his body. I mean, that is horrendous in of itself. And then to take it further, now you have inmates on top of roofs, inmates climbing fences, you have people being stabbed, you have people being killed. You know, and there was one thing too. There was one 911 call where a nurse had called about the guy that was hanging. And if you listen clearly to her 911 call, she first said that he had hung himself, and then she quickly changed it and said that they found him hanging. So, you know, this all makes no sense whatsoever. It all makes no sense whatsoever. And we have to come together for those that are in Smith State Prison. You know, they're going 3 and 4 days without showers, padlocked in cells because they won't fix the doors. You know, the doors have been tampered with so much that they're now manipulative. You can get in there and they can pop out of their cells and they can go kill each other freely. And there's no officers around for hours and hours at a time. So now they've started putting padlocks on the doors. And, you know, they're putting padlocks on the doors. They're not giving them showers. You know, they're barely feeding them. And this is all coming down from this guy right here that's on your screen. You know, there has been so much that has happened at Smith State Prison over the last 9.5, 10 months. And it all starts with leadership. It all starts at the top. And this guy's the top. He's responsible for every single person that's been housed at Smith State Prison right now. And he has received an F+ rating because of his manipulative attitude, for his no care in the world whatsoever. He doesn't know how to treat people. He doesn't know how to talk to people. He loves to violate rights. And no one at Smith State Prison received a death sentence. Because if they received a death sentence, they would not be at Smith State Prison. No one has received a death sentence from Smith State Prison. But Jacob Beasley absolutely believes that he can run and violate the rights of people that's at Smith State Prison. And we're going to continue to talk about him. We did several podcasts. We've had several posts about Jacob Beasley. We're going to continue to highlight his negligence, his wrongdoing, his no care in the world, how he treats people. And that's the major word here, people. At the end of the day, They are people. They have made a mistake in their lives, and now they're paying for their mistakes. And to treat them like scum of the earth, is ridiculous. And we are not going to take it here at the Human and Civil Rights Coalition. As I said, we're going to continue to highlight their bad behavior. We're going to continue to be transparent, which they don't know what transparent is. And I know they're listening, and I know that they listen, and they will listen. If you don't know what it is, you need to look it up, because the residents of Tattnall County is suffering because of Jacob Beasley negligence. The residents who really need 911 are suffering. What happens in those fences is for the officers and the staff to handle. It's not for Tattnall County Sheriff's Office to handle. If you don't have the officers, if you don't have the staff to properly run the facility, then shut it down. Because this is ridiculous. You have parents and loved ones that listen to these 911 calls, and it's horrific. And it really shows, it really gives the public it really gives the public an eye to what's really going on in these places. It's a madhouse. So I would employ everyone that's listening to this, everyone that's gonna be listening to this. You can call, you can text. I would rather you text. That way we can do an open records request for the text messages. That way when they say they didn't know, we can go and prove it that they did know. Now they may not answer. They're going to read it. They may not answer. But Smith State Prison is a dire need. Georgia prisons are in a dire need. And we need everyone to step up and to do their part, to advocate. We can't do it by ourselves, but we need everyone to step up and to advocate on the behalf of these people. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, they are people. At the end of the day, they are people. The Department of Corrections may not look at them as people, but the Human and Civil Rights Coalition looks at them as people. I look at them as people. And I am sick and tired of hearing 911 calls where they actually absolutely have not one care in the world when they're calling. I've not heard one 911 call since we got these 911 calls of anyone actually panicked after the horrific things that they are seeing. They're just, another day at Smith State Prison. Oh, he's stabbed. I see his arm muscle, but he's stabbed. There's somebody on the roof, but oh well, they're on the roof. So it's ridiculous. There's a dire need for help for those at Smith State Prison. I employ everyone that's listening to this to contact Trey Kilpatrick, the Chief of Staff for Governor Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp actually visited Smith State Prison last Friday. I think he actually went to Tattnall County because of the funeral of Officer Robert Clark. And so he visited Smith State Prison. I'm sure they had fresh paint on the walls, and everybody got a haircut, and all the mold that was on the walls were painted over with fresh paint. And they threw out the welcome mat for Governor Kemp, and he actually visited. First prison he's visited in 4.5, almost 5 years now. First one. And it starts to clean this mess up. It starts at the governor's mansion, and it totes all the way down to people like Jacob Beasley. You got to train your staff. They don't train their staff properly. That's evident from the 911 calls. You know, you got to start caring. You got to start caring. They don't care whatsoever. They don't care whatsoever. You know, so I implore everyone to please reach out. Jacob Beasley has to be gone from Smith State Prison. I hate to sound like a broken record, but this is absolutely astonishing. I mean, it's absolutely astonishing. You know, I don't know. You know, you have all around the state, and it's evident now. And if you listen to one of the podcasts that we had, our first podcast with a inmate who's currently in prison right now, he told us that inmates routinely had to call 911 because there was no officers anywhere in sight, and people were stabbed, having medical emergencies, whatever, and that inmates would have to call 911. We have evidence of that now by these 911 calls. You have inmates doing officers' job. If you're not going to pay you need to start, just pay them, because they're doing jobs that you have people that is paid for in those positions, and they're not even doing them. They're nowhere to be found. So take that money from the correction officers that you're giving, and go find the inmate that's in Echo 3 or Echo 2 and give him that money for calling 911 and saving those. Because, you know, it's just completely astonishing that all of this is taking place. They know that it's taking place. They look at this page. They watch the videos. Tyrone Oliver looks at this page. They watch the videos. They see the pictures. People's told us as much, and yet they sit by and they let people as incompetent as Jacob Beasley continue to run a prison that's way over his head. That's way over his head. And it's not just happening at Smith State Prison. Some prisons actually do a better job in hiding everything that's going on. But I tell you what, we're going to start getting 911 calls from these other places. And we're going to put them out there so the public can see exactly what they're paying for. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of and tired of listening to 911 calls. I'm sick and tired of seeing the videos. You know, it's beginning to be a little too much. And well, it's been much, but now it's getting too much. They don't care. They have no control over their facilities whatsoever. The 911 calls prove that. You know, if you can't run them the correct way, shut them down. It's that simple. You know, so as I said, these are human beings. Their family members have to sit and listen to these 911 calls. And I hope people from Tattnall County is on here. I hope some of the commissioners and the city councilmen and women are hear these 911 calls to see that Smith State Prison is taken away from their resources to be called to deal with all of this foolishness and chaos going on inside of the fences. And I'm going to say it again. This stuff is taking place inside of the fences. It is the responsibility of the Georgia Department of Corrections to handle every single thing that's going on in their facilities. They're quick to tell you that they run safe and secure facilities, but from the 911 calls that we hear, that is a load of crap. Starts at the top. Starts with Tyrone Oliver. Stop doing your news interviews. Stop doing your press conferences and get rid of the people and start cleaning these places up. And the first step that you need to do is to get rid of Jacob Beasley. He has proven time and time again that he is way a bit above his head, that he cannot handle Smith State Prison. He probably can't handle anything at this point. And he needs to go. And we're going to demand that he go. We're going to demand that he go. We will call every day. We will text every day. We will email every day until you start to clean this place up and get not just Smith State Prison. It's not just Smith State Prison. There's a bunch of other prisons like this. If we have to go back out to the governor's mansion, we will go back out there, but we're not playing. I think it was pretty evident that we were not playing on October the 3rd. We had over 100 people that is sick and tired of this mess and nothing's been done about it. And we went out there for 3 hours. 3 hours. We will go, we will show up, we will continue to go and show up. You will get tired of us. But we are sick and tired. And when you get sick and tired, you do something about it. And we're going to continue to put our foot down, and we're going to demand that something is done. This is a shit show. It is a complete and utter shit show every other day. Since October the 3rd, on October the 3rd, somebody was killed. So it's just something else. And I'm about to close off here, but I employ everyone to continue to call. We will put out phone numbers. We will put out emails. We're going to be working on getting a updated version of of cell phone numbers from these places. They don't want to answer their prison phones. We will blow your cell phones up. They're paid for by taxpayers anyway. So I have no problem with releasing them. No problem whatsoever with releasing your state cell phone numbers. And when you change them, we'll get them again. As I said, we're not playing. We're sick of it. We're tired of it. And we are coming with a vengeance. We're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to get out there on the front line, get away from get out from behind these phones and these computers and these devices, and get on the front lines. And we're going to make you hear us. You don't have to take a call, but you're going to hear us in front of that mansion. I tell you that, because as I said, we're tired of people dying. Y'all don't care, or they don't care that people are dying. But we actually care that people are dying, and we're serious about it. And if you don't believe that we're serious about it, look at October the 3rd, how serious we were. And we're going to continue to be serious about it, because, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I hope everyone would join us for this things that we have coming up. We'll be making some announcements soon on the next rally and protest. We're working on dates right now and trying to get, build off of things that we did the last time. Pretty much everything went smooth. I want to thank every single one of you that took time out of your busy schedule on October the 3rd and came out to our rally. It was 100% great. The response that we received from that rally was completely crazy. And as I promise, I'm about to let you go, but I was a little late, so I'm gonna say this really quick. During the rally, Senator Josh McLaurin pulled me to the side, and if you were at the rally, then the videos does no justice of what we actually posted. You had to be there in person to see exactly the response that we got. But Senator McLaurin pulled me to the side, and he was blown away at the response that we received from just people that was not even a part of the rally, that came by and blew their horn and waved and stopped in the middle of the street to find out, exactly what was going on, and just, supported us. They didn't have to, but I mean, there was people literally stopping in the middle of the street trying to ask, just get information on why we were out there. And, and then said that, they supported that. But, it was actually in Buckhead. It was actually crazy, the community response that we had and that we received from being out there. And like I said, if you were there, you heard all of the horns bumping. You heard, you saw all the waves. You heard people when they were riding by, yelling out support. So I want to thank everybody once again for their support. I want to thank everybody again for their donations that they have given. We can't do this without donations. We're not one of the big leagues. We're working. We're out here doing the work, keeping people transparent. We're out here doing the work with the open records requests. Those open records requests cost money. They're not free. So we definitely appreciate everyone's support financially, the words of encouragement that we get on a daily basis. We definitely need everybody's support. We need everyone to continue to advocate on the behalf of those behind the walls that just have no voice and are being treated less than a human being. And as I said, not just at Smith, at a lot of these places. So definitely appreciate everyone. I'm glad that I finally got these 911 calls to play. We will get November's 911 calls, which will probably be a little bit less chaotic because they're on lockdown. So don't let that fool you if the calls are not as hectic as they were in September. But Smith State Prison is on lockdown because of the death of Officer Clark on October the 1st. So as I said, thanks everybody for coming on here. Please share this. Please share it. If you cannot donate, you can also donate a share. And we would definitely appreciate that. We had got to continue to reach those that are out there who have no clue on what's going on and what their tax money is going to. Their tax money is going to fund the largest law enforcement agency in the state, and they can't get it together. I want you to think about that as we close out. The Georgia Department of Corrections is the largest law enforcement agency in the state, and they can't get it together. So think about that. If you want to donate, the donation is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Every penny goes to continuing to help us in this fight. Open records request. We have staff members. We have stuff, and we just need it. Not a penny goes to me. Not a penny goes to Susan. But we do have staff members, and we have open records request costs, and we need your support any way that you can. As I said, I know times are hard, so if you can't donate financially, donate a share, donate a like, and let's continue to spread the word and continue to shed light on this horrific and terrible situation that we have going on in these prisons. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. As I said, I hope everyone has a good rest of your night. Have a good weekend. We'll see you back here next Thursday night, hopefully on time at 8 p.m. If it's not at 8 p.m., we'll be on just a little bit after 8 p.m. With another topic, or I'm sure something would have gone on by then. So we'll be back next Thursday night to talk about it. And like I said, I appreciate every single one of you taking time out of your busy schedule to come on tonight and to listen to these 911 calls and to listen to me just discuss them. So thank everybody. Continue to pray for those behind the walls. I know a lot of them guys listen, and a lot of those guys and ladies listen as well. Continue to pray for them. Continue to pray that they are safe. And until next week, I will see everybody then. Thanks, guys.